reflections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I guess I'll take this opportunity to say Happy New Year. Today's January the 2nd, and I was with you last on New Year's Eve, and it was just a really nice evening for me. I hope it was for you as well, and I know a lot of you were snuggled up at home. It's probably where I should have been, but I just had to be out in the middle of the fireworks to say goodbye to 2020. Well, it's 2021, and I haven't been posting much in my store, between Christmas and New Year's. I'm doing a little bit this weekend, but boy, next week I am right back at it. I have a surprise for you at the end of this video. I'm going to tease you with something, so I want you to stay tuned for that. It's bright, it's colorful, it's exciting, and it's going to be coming your way soon in the Old Curiosity Shop. But I'm going to talk about what you see on the kitchen counter first. I'm not going to go into all the Blue Willow. Already talked about that last time, and it is all listed. The only thing I do want to say is a couple of folks were disappointed with the shipping, and I understand that. But let me just explain. You see these plates right here? These plates weigh 2 pounds each, and there are 6 of them. Okay, by the time those are boxed up, that's a 12-pound box, and it's going to be 12 by 12 by 10. That's a big, heavy box, and so there isn't really anything I can do. Remember, shipping is based on the distance from your house to mine. All I do is put in my zip code, the size of the box, the weight of the box, and then eBay does the calculation. I don't even, I don't even get to see what the shipping is to, your house in Washington State or San Francisco or Boise, Idaho, or wherever you may be. So I know it's disappointing when you see something you want and shipping is expensive. Just remember, I don't create the shipping cost. And, the one thing I know I have to do anytime I find something that I really like, if the shipping is too much, I have to just search for an item closer to my home so that, I can afford the shipping. So I totally get it. And, but it's one of those things. But anyway, this is all listed. And then everything else over here is listed, but not these. I just bought these today. I'll tell you what they are, and I'll probably get them listed next week. Well, they're fish plates. Aren't they wonderful and really kitschy? There's some luster on there, as you can see. And they are, these are made in Japan, and the company is Mapoko, M-A-P-O-C-O. Now, these are Japan. I've seen Mapoko. A lot of the Mapoko items come out of Germany, usually the canister sets, the spice sets, there'll be 6 or 8 or 12 canisters. You've all seen them. They had very vibrant, almost garish colors, maybe, but typical of the 1920s and 30s. These are going to date to that 1930s era. I've never seen these fish plates before. I love them. Mapoko, Japan, and with the luster on there, I only have 2. There's a little bit of wear on this guy right here. I probably wouldn't even use these to eat off of, but wouldn't they be neat in a Florida kitchen or, I don't know, a shore house or something like that? Yeah, those are really nice. So I did buy the 2 of those this morning at a Goodwill store. Really cool. Then over here, I've got a few things. Now remember, those aren't listed, but I'll get those listed next week. I do have 2 Sadler teapots for sale. This is, let's see, we'll do the mini one in the front. Boy, those English know how to make teapots, don't they? This one has a beautiful cottage and a typical thatched roof English garden. It looks just like an R.A. Fox print, doesn't it? It's a cute little pot in really good condition. I'm going to very carefully turn it upside down, and there's a scene on the back as well. You can see it says Sadler teapot and then 1941, which wouldn't be the date, but the model number of this particular teapot. So that's one of the mini ones. No chips or cracks in that. Really beautiful one. And then here's another Sadler back here, also in excellent condition. And this one, I'm having some trouble here. This one has a fruit pattern. There's a small decal on that side, but if I turn it over, there's a much larger one on the front. And I know I'm not supposed to be picking this up by the spout. I'm being careful. Isn't that nice? All those different fruits on there. Now we're supposed to be eating fruits, right? More fruits and vegetables. Yep. All the turkey and the ham is gone. That's why you see those bananas back there. Now this one, rather curious. There's a terrible amount of crazing on the lid, which is no problem. But no crazing actually on the pot. And that is the original lid. But the best thing is it's nice and clean and there aren't any chips or cracks on it. So I'll get down here where you can really see it. And then the mini one as well. I did not list this yet, and I'm not really sure if I want to sell it. It's as cute as it can be. It's just one tiny little demitasse, I guess, or, well, when it's a little coffee cup, I guess it's, what do you consider that, like the Turkish coffees that people drink, or espresso or whatnot. Anyway, it's Spode, England. Really neat look. I love the colors, the combination of the creamy background and the brown and green. We can see Spode, England on the bottom. There aren't any chips or cracks on it, and it's just this one. I'm not sure if that's a real scene or if it's just an idyllic one. What's going on in this picture anyway? Oh, I see. It looks like she's... Well, is she kneeling and praying in front of a basket of cantaloupes? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in that scene, but it's cute. And then back here we've got this, well, is that supposed to be Venice? I see like a gondola and, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just a fantasy scene. But it's a cute little teacup and saucer. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I believe this is Shawnee. It's a planter, probably from the 1940s, 50s. Colonial Lady. USA number 616. Love those pastels. 40s, 50s. If your windowsill is particularly drab and you'd like to brighten it up this winter time, how about an air plant stuck in there on your windowsill? She would cheer you up while you're doing your dishes. Now I've got two lamps to show you, and look at this one right here, sometimes referred to as a flan. Let's get these bananas out of here. They're sort of distracting. Get away, get away. All right, let's move. Now, wow, look at this. UFO, flying saucer, Art Deco, mid-century modern, space age. People use all kinds of terms to describe this style of lamp, and they came on the scene in the 30s. Some of them are very valuable if it was made by one of the great industrial designers of that era. I can't attribute any particular designer to this one, so I'm just going to call it one of these generic desk lamps. You saw these from the 30s, really into the early 60s. My feeling on this one is that it's an earlier one, probably the mid-30s into the late 40s. Based on a couple of things, this toggle switch down here is... zoom in on it. You can see there. I mean, they had toggle switches like this in the 50s, of course. They still make these. But this is an old-fashioned style. And then, let me see. Well, let me turn it off so that... Hold on, folks. It's hard to do this with one hand. Now we can go up here and you can see, without being blinded, how the shade clips onto the light bulb. Sometimes there's an actual harp that comes up from the torch part to hold the shade on. So this just clips on to the light bulb. You don't want a light bulb that's too bright because it heats up this shade. I was going to pull it off for you, but Okay, I can. Now, what's amazing is that's the original patina on there, the original finish. This thing has never been repainted. Nobody took a can of spray paint to this. And that is unbelievable. I've fiddled with lots of these lamps over the years and seen many of them. They're usually dented and scratched within an inch of their lives. There's a little bit of scuffing on the bottom of this one, but unbelievable original condition on this. You see a few scuffs and there's one little dimple right there. That's it. There's no rust. The shade has no dents on it. And that is just a wonderful design that would fit in anybody's... What, Salem? You just want to scream in the middle of the video? They probably didn't hear that, but I heard it. Listen, you live with a cat almost 20 years, you hear everything he does. Anyway, it was rewired at some point. It says made in America on the bottom. There's no signature. I'm not sure. There are lots of companies and many designers of this kind of lamp. I can't really necessarily attribute it to any particular maker or factory. But the condition, unbelievable, never been repainted. This is probably a Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. Can't remember his first name, Charles, I think. One of those companies in Connecticut, there were a couple of them there that made, just talking about Bradley and Hubbard the other day. This, again, as I said, I think is Miller. Not certain about that, but you slag glass lamp people might be able to tell me. Yeah, so we have 3 sockets up here. The patent date on the sockets is 1907. I don't know about whether you can see that. Here we are. Patented, you can see it better than I can right now. 1907 on the patent date for the sockets. And you see the patina. Now what's great is if these sockets had been replaced, the value on this would plummet. What's fantastic is you have 3 original sockets with the same patina that's applied. Now this is a sprayed on, baked on patina that's put on in the factory. And all of the chains are original with, sometimes it's an acorn that hangs down, but if you'll notice, these details are important. These aren't finials, but whatever they want to call these decorative end caps on the chains are all original and original sockets. It would be a crying shame if these sockets had ever been pulled off, these 1907 era sockets. And they're all in great shape. Now the cap on the top is gone. That's not huge. We can deal with that. But the patina on this base is fantastic. And this lamp weighs, oh, I weighed it, now I can't remember. I think it's about 15 pounds. It's heavy. It needs to be rewired. There's the old cord sticking out that's been cut off. The condition on it is excellent. It's not dented. We always see a few little chips in the patina, as we can see there. But in terms of a slag glass lamp base, this is considered excellent and just about as nice a condition as you'd like to see. What are they worth? Well, this base itself, I don't know. If it's a Miller base, it could be worth $200, maybe $300. And you would want to search for a Miller shade so that you don't... Okay. A friend of mine just called me in the middle of that, so that we had to break and come back again. Anyway, I love slag glass lamps. I don't need another one, and I'm ready to let this go to a collector who would like to match up an original shade, put an original shade back on it. Now, I will very carefully... Oh, this thing is heavy. I'll let you see the bottom of it as best I can. There's the, well, you can't really see anything. I can't find a signature on it. It may be up under that metal piece. I didn't do any operation on this to see if I could find a signature. I know Miller lamps are sometimes signed. I don't know that they are always signed. So if anybody's sitting around tonight and you don't feel like watching Hee Haw reruns, maybe you want to do some research and find out if this is a Miller lamp base or not. I'm trying to find pictures of it in maybe a Miller catalog or another trusted source that actually identifies it as a Miller lamp base, slag glass lamp base. And although the sockets are patented 1907, the lamp could date anywhere between 1910, 1915, you know, something like that. But boy, is it a winner. Okay, so that's it. Now, I think I said everything I wanted to say. I forgot. I want you to watch now. I got a little surprise for you. I've already told you about a couple things I'm going to be doing this January to bring some brightness into our lives in January. I've already told you I've got some specials coming up in January and February. All Creatures Great and Small. I've been talking about that for 2 months. That's my animal figurine sale on Granny's Vanity. Perfume bottles, dresser trays, accoutrements, little things that your granny would have on her vanity back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. And we are going to have a Depression glass extravaganza. Let's go take a look at the windowsill, and I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying Happy New Year, happy weekend. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long for now.